art friends, welcome to today's how-to. Today we'll be learning how to draw Crocky Rocky from Poppy Playtime 3. So first let's get started towards the top middle of our page, and we're going to start by drawing in the nose. So on the right hand side we're going to curve this line around and then up. And now let's flip over to the left, leaving a gap in the center, and we're going to line that up at the same height, and we're just going to replicate that. We're going to connect this together on the bottom with a curved line from left to right, arching that up in the middle. And now in the top, in the center, we're going to come further up from that line, and we're going to draw a curved line across from left to right. On either side now, we're going to draw in a small diagonal oval for the nostrils. And now let's draw in our mouth. So on the top right hand side, we're going to curve this line out. And then we'll do the same thing over on the left. Moving further in for the mouth now, on the top left hand side, we're going to arch this line around and then in towards the middle. And then we're going to flip over to the right, and we're just going to curve this around and then in. Starting in the center, we're going to curve this up and then back down. And then to the right of this again, we're going to curve that around and then down for the tongue. Let's draw in our cheeks now. So on the right hand side, we're going to move further up, and we're going to curve this line up, bringing this all the way around and then in towards the bottom. And now let's flip over to the left hand side, lining this up at the same height, and we're just going to replicate that, curving this around and then in, connecting that on our bottom line. Let's move up towards the top now. On the right hand side, we're going to draw a nice big arch line, curving that up and then down. And then we'll do the same thing as we flip over on the left hand side, lining that up at the same height. In the middle, we're going to close this off with a curved line from left to right. On the right hand side, we're going to arch this line down, and then we'll do the same thing over on the left. For our eyes now, on the right hand side, just above our right nostril, we're going to draw in a small oval for the pupil of the eye. And then lining this up at the exact same height on the left hand side, we're going to replicate this. Let's move over towards the inside now. We're going to curve this line up on both sides, leaving a small gap in the center. And now stepping across towards the right, we're going to continue to arch this line up on either side. And now moving over towards our inside line, we're going to arch this line all the way up and then down on the right. And then we're going to replicate this as well on the left. Now let's draw in our eyebrows. So on the top, we're going to arch this line up and then down. And then we'll do the same thing over on the left. In the middle now, we're going to draw a curved line from left to right, arching that up in the center and then back down. Now let's draw in the star in the center. So on the top, we're going to draw a diagonal line that comes up, curving it at the top, bringing that down on the right. We'll do the same thing on the right hand side now. So we're going to bring this line out and then in. And then we'll do the same thing over on the left hand side as well. On the bottom left hand side, we're going to bring this line out and then in towards the middle. And then we'll replicate that on the right hand side as well. Now from here, we're going to draw a curved line that comes in towards our chin on both sides. Coming further down, leaving quite a big gap, we're going to draw a curved line from left to right for the stomach on the bottom. And now let's move up to the left hand side. So leaving a small gap, we're going to bring this down, out, and then back in. And then we'll move over to the right, bringing this down, out, and then back in again. Let's replicate the shape as we come in towards the middle. So we're going to bring this down, out, and then in. And then moving across to the right, we're going to replicate that, bringing that out, back in, blending that in on our bottom line. Let's draw in our legs now. So on the left hand side, we're going to curve this line around, down towards the bottom. We'll leave a small gap in the middle, replicating this over on the right, ending that at the same height. Now from here on the top, we're going to curve this line out and then we'll do the same thing on the left, lining that up at the same height. Now from here in the corner, we're going to curve this line up towards the top on both sides. On the outside line, we're going to curve that around and then down to close off the foot. And then starting in the corner, we're going to arch this line back around and then in towards the corner. And then we'll do the same thing over on the left, bringing that around and then in. Let's draw in the arms now. So on the top, we're going to curve this line out on both sides. Dropping further down, we're going to curve this line out, ending that on a diagonal. And we'll line this up at the same height on the left and replicate that. On the top, we're going to curve this line around and then down on both sides. For the thumb now, we're going to curve this line up and then in. And then we'll do the same thing on the left. For our first finger, we're going to arch this line up and then in. Moving in the middle now, we're going to curve this line out and then down. And then one last time, we're going to bring this line out and then curving that in towards the corner to close off the bottom of the hand. Lastly, let's draw in our tail now. So coming further down from our arm, on the top right hand side here, we're going to arch this line across, up, out. Let's go back in the corner now on the top. We're going to curve this down, getting wider at the base, and then we're going to arch this in towards our right leg. Now on the top, we're going to draw in half circles. So we're going to curve this around and then down. Again, as we come across, and we're going to do this 3 more times as we come all the way across our tail. And then one last time on the top. And that is it. That's how you draw Crocky Rocky from Poppy Playtime 3. You can pause the video and color it the way that I have done, or you can change your colors up if you'd like. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment below suggesting any more characters that you'd love to learn to draw next. Thanks so much for joining me on today's tutorial, and I will see you all on the next one.